Alright guys, good morning. Here's today's lesson. So Benny found the area of the trapezoid by cutting it into triangles. So you can see there are 3 triangles in this trapezoid. What is the total area shown? So let's look at the hint. They're giving the area of triangles. Okay, it's base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height, depending on what you're looking at. So we can see these separate triangles here. And I'm going to go and play the hint video for you. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Okay guys, sorry, I tried to do the hint video and you can't hear it when I play it, so you'll have to watch it on your own. But we have 3 triangles here, and we know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. Okay, so let's look at this middle triangle. So we have base being 6, and we know the height of this whole thing is 4. So we have 6 times 4 divided by 2. So we get, 24 divided by 2, which is 12 units. That was not a very good view. I'm having a lot of issues this morning. 12 units squared. So this is 12 here. Then we can look at the other triangles. We can go ahead and make a pretty good assumption that this bottom number here is split pretty evenly in half. So this would be 4 on the bottom, and this would be 4 on the bottom, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this triangle is a 4 by 4. So we're going to do 4 for the base, 4 for the height, divided by 2. We have 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So each of these triangles are 8. So now we're going to take 8 plus 8 plus 12. So we know that's 16 plus 12. Let's see, it's 28. So we're going to try 28 square units and see if that works. Yep, so that's how you're going to kind of look at these problems. Alright, here we go. We have a rhombus, and we created 2 triangles to find the area. So our triangles are this one. As you can see, you have this triangle, and we have this triangle. We know the height from top to bottom is 4 because it shows us that over here, and our base is 6. So we're going to do base times height divided by 2. So we get 24 divided by 2, which is 12. Because I got 6 times 4 equals 24. This just carries over. 24 divided by 2 is 12. And that would be units squared. So this triangle is 12. And if this is 6, we know on the rhombus, opposite sides are the same length. So that means this side over here is 6. So we have the same height still. We have 6 times 4 divided by 2. So you get 24 divided by 2, which is 12. We're going to add these 2 numbers together. 12 plus 12 is 24 square units. Alright, Kamaya and her friends play a game in the space shown below. Each person has to defend a section. How much area does the person in red need to defend? So we're trying to solve for the red triangle. So we know the base is 12 because that's down here, that's the bottom. But now we need to figure out what the height is. If I draw a line down like that, if you pay attention to the other side, we already have our height. It may not show you with the cute little arrows and like drawn like this, like an eye to show you the height, but it's already there. You just have to pay attention to the shape of the figure. So my height is 6 feet. So I have base 12 times height 6 divided by 2. So 12 times 6 is 72, and we're going to divide that by 2. 2 goes into 7 3 times. Bring your 2 down. 2 goes into 12 6. So we get 36. Now I want to check that math just to make sure that 12 times 6 was 72. Remember, a few weeks ago I taught you could divide these two numbers out first. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So that would leave us with 6 times 6, which equals 36. So the person in red has to guard 36 square feet. Alright, Preston was hired to paint the shop below on the blacktop, the shape below on the blacktop of the school. If it costs $2 to paint 1 square foot of space, how much will it cost the entire shape? So this is a two-step problem. Okay, step 1 is find area. So we have a rectangle here. Remember, a rectangle or any type of quad equals the area, which is base times height. So this is our base, this is our height. So we're going to take 30 times 24. So 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 3 is 12. Remember to put your 0 so we can move. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 3 is 6. And then we're going to add all that up. 6 plus 1 is 7. So we get 720. So that whole blacktop is 720 square feet. Okay, I'm going to write that in here. That's important. So step 1, find the area. Got it. Step 2 is to now take that $2 times your entire square foot. So the reason we're going to take it times 2 is because it's 1 square foot of space. So that means if I draw out a little square that's 1 by 1, 1 foot by 1 foot, it's going to cost $2 for that. But we have to figure out how much it's going to cost for 720 feet. So you can pretend that there's 720 1 by 1 squares in this. So step 2 is to solve for the money. Solve for cost. Okay. So we have 720 because that's our area. And we need to take that times $2. You can just write it as 2 for right now, because we have 0.00, so that means you just have zeros on the end. But that would be a lot of extra math that we don't need to do. So 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 7 is 14. Alright, so if we had the zeros back here, we have 2 zeros in the back, so we just drop that down, add your zeros, and there's your cost. It's going to cost us $1,400 to paint it. Okay. This is the same thing that you did earlier, so I'm not going to do this one. Remember, there's your base at the bottom, and there's your height. You have to use that triangle formula. So I've shown you this one before as well. This is base times height divided by 2. Just a hint, if you divide by 2 with 2 triangles, you're just going to add the things together, so you can just do base times height for this. Splitting into triangles is a little bit more helpful when you have bigger shapes. So 8 times 9 is 72. There you go. You've already done one like this. You've got to figure out that red section. Make sure you're paying attention to which color they're telling you to find. Okay. This is your height right here. Okay, so just because this line, remember that diagonal is not height. We need to go straight up and down from top to bottom. So the same thing, this is your two-step type of problem. So 1, find area. 2, solve for the cost. Okay. This one says Jackie and her friends play a game in the space below where each person has to defend one section. How much area does the person in the green section need to defend? So we have 8 feet as the height, but base is 6. However, if you look, we are split down here. Now we can safely assume that this is split perfectly down the middle. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this green triangle is actually 8 times 3 divided by 2. Alright guys, that's it for today. So just use those area formulas as best as you can.